I'm Ellen Ramos in Washington, D.C.
Tech executives testify before Congress, and President Trump returns to promoting hydroxychloroquine.
Milo Simbulan in Swarthmore, Pennsylvania.
All nursing homes in Pennsylvania completed universal testing for COVID-19.
Philip Toledo in Atlanta, Georgia reports about the late Congressman Lewis being honored at the Georgia Capitol building. And Jane Kathleen Gregorio in Corpus Christi reports about Corpus Christi recovering from Hurricane Hannah. And Rani Bayuga in Perrysburg, Ohio.
Governor Mike DeWine to consider more restrictions for restaurants.
Marian Borja in North Hills, California.
Los Angeles launches first virtual cheer camp.
But first, an overview of how the world looks now. According to the Coronavirus Resource Center of Johns Hopkins University and Medicine, as of 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday, July 29, 2020, the number of cases of COVID-19 reported worldwide is now more than 16,800,000. This includes more than 4,300,000 in the United States. The virus has claimed more than 662,000 lives worldwide. This includes more than 149,000 deaths in the United States. Our coverage begins now. As authorities worldwide grapple with swelling demonstrations over issues like political rights and racial justice, a UN committee on Wednesday reaffirmed that protesting peacefully online or in person is a fundamental human right. The independent experts on the Human Rights Committee published a fresh interpretation of the right to peaceful assembly, offering comprehensive legal guidance on where and how it applies and also outlining government's obligations. The committee said in a statement, recent developments, including the COVID-19 pandemic, have created unprecedented challenges to ensuring the right to peaceful assembly. And the worldwide protests in support of Black Lives Matter have underlined its importance. The committee, made up of 18 independent experts, is tasked with monitoring how countries implement the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which under Article 21 guarantees the right to peaceful assembly. Committee member Christoph Haynes, a law professor at the University of Pretoria, said in the statement, it is a fundamental human right for individuals to join a peaceful assembly to express themselves, to celebrate, or to air grievances. He said that it constitutes the very foundation of a democratic society. He stressed that the right belongs to everyone without exception, that everyone, including children, foreign nationals, women, migrant workers, asylum seekers, and refugees, can exercise the right of peaceful assembly. Haynes said the understanding around what constitutes a gathering had evolved. Take a look.
I think a number of things came out. One was that technology played a big role in how this right is to be seen today. So less lethal weapons have developed, surveillance technology has developed, and many assemblies today take place online. So it's in a way a preventative measure, a precautionary measure, so that you can renegotiate the social contract without necessarily having things bottled up and people are repressed for many years, or at some point the lid may explode. So it is fundamental to shaping society.
In its so-called general comment on Article 21, the committee highlighted the obligations of governments to facilitate peaceful assemblies and to protect participants from possible abuse by members of the public. Meanwhile, the U.S. Federal Reserve on Wednesday stressed that the course of the coronavirus pandemic will be critical to the economic recovery. With the U.S. case count on the rise and recent indicators showing the tentative rebound may be stalling, the policy-setting Federal Open Market Committee, or FOMC, held the benchmark lending rate at 0 as expected. The committee said in its statement, the coronavirus outbreak is causing tremendous human and economic hardship across the United States and around the world. Take a look.
Forward for the economy is extraordinarily uncertain and will depend in large part on our success in keeping the virus in check. Indeed, we have seen some signs in recent weeks that the increase in virus cases and the renewed measures to control it are starting to weigh on economic activity.
The FOMC repeated its intention to hold rates near zero until it is confident that the economy has weathered recent events and is on track to achieve its maximum employment and price stability goals. But it refrained from making a more explicit commitment to allowing inflation to rise beyond the Fed's long-standing 2.0% target before tapping the brakes on the stimulus it is providing to the economy. Many economists are expecting a change in this forward guidance, but few thought it might happen before September given the growing uncertainty around the economic outlook, especially as Congress has not yet agreed on a new emergency spending package. The Fed also extended a facility to provide US dollars to 9 foreign central banks through March 2021 to ease strains in global dollar funding markets caused by COVID-19. More than 1 million flu vaccines have been applied in Panama. In Ciudad de Panama, May Davila has the details.
According to reports from the General Directorate of Health Expanded Program on Immunization of the Ministerio de Salud, a total of 1,262,009 influenza vaccinations have been applied nationwide. The free vaccinations started April 15 of this year. From the total amount, the Ministerio de Salud carried out more than 800,000, while the other 379,000 have been applied by the Caja de Seguro Social. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the dynamics of vaccination changed for this year 2020. Vaccination was prioritized towards vulnerable groups such as pregnant women, children under the age of 5, the older adults with or without chronic disease. Panama acquired close to 1.5 million doses of influenza vaccines for an amount of $8 million. The different health facilities that make up the metropolitan region apply the doses of influenza vaccines from Monday to Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., while in different sites in other provinces, the hours are from 7:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Each health region has different dynamics to achieve its objective. In the Gran Estación de San Miguelito, for example, the so-called drive-through rapid vaccination site is available every Thursdays and Fridays. In the different Centro de Salud, vaccination tents are installed so that those who come only to get vaccinated no longer have to enter the facilities. The Ministerio de Salud guarantees that the vaccine is for free and reminds citizens that Panama has the best free vaccination scheme in Latin America. Desde Ciudad de Panama, May Davila, Eagle News. Vivimos en tiempos interesantes.
Thank you, May, and be safe. Eagle News America will be back after this break. Stay with us.
Hello there, I'm Alfred, and I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, batch of 2008 in New Era University. I'm currently working as an operations analyst in Autodesk.
Hi, I'm Earl Escanio, and I graduated with Bachelor of Science major in Computer Science in 2010. I am a consultant at Trinity Consulting, LLC.
Hi, I'm Ivy Macapagal, Bachelor's in Computer Science graduate, year 2010. I'm currently working as a cybersecurity analyst in one of the largest telco here in New Zealand, Coast Park NZ.
I'm Jofran David Riego, a BS Computer Science graduate here in 15. As a legal analyst, I am tasked to read US cases, specifically civil torts cases.
I am Melanie Rico Hermosity, a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science graduate, year 2006.
I'm currently a software quality assurance engineer
at FBI Systems here in Maryland, United States.
Hi, I'm Renzo Cruz. I'm a graduate of BS Computer Science, year 2012. I'm currently working abroad, and I'm working as a senior cybersecurity consultant who specializes in digital forensics and incident response. And I am part of a national security in one of the countries here in the Middle East.
I am inviting everyone to study at New Era University. To legit, to great.
Be brilliant in the new era.
Study now at New Era University. Excellence,
Discipline,
Service to humanity.
Magandang araw po. Good day, everyone. This is National Party List Member of Parliament, Paulo Garcia, the first Filipino Member of Parliament in New Zealand, greeting you from New Zealand. Happy 106th anniversary for the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church. Greeting all the members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church in New Zealand and throughout the world, especially your Executive Minister, Eduardo V. Manalo. Congratulations po. 106 years, what an achievement, what a blessing.
To all our brothers and sisters of the Iglesia Ni Cristo, we'd like to greet you happy 106th anniversary. May you have a wonderful, wonderful day today. Okay? Congratulations.
Hi, this is Shane Reyes at ako'y bumabati sa ating mga kapatid na Iglesia Ni Cristo ng happy 106th anniversary sa inyong lahat. God bless you po! Mwah!
Hi, this is Imelda Papin. Gusto ko lang batiin kayong lahat ng happy 106th anniversary. Mga kapatid, hello! Love you all!
Po si Vina Morales. Ako po'y bumabati sa ating mga kapatid ng Iglesia Ni Cristo ng happy 106th year anniversary. God bless us all and see you soon. Salamat po.
Hey everyone, Rob Bonta here in the California State Assembly representing Oakland, Alameda, and San Leandro, and honored to be the first Filipino-American state legislator in the history of California. And I want to offer my warmest congratulations to Iglesia Ni Cristo on your 106th anniversary. And a special thanks and shout out to Executive Minister Brother Eduardo V. Manalo and our congregations in San Leandro and Alameda and Oakland. And during challenging and difficult times like our current times, faith allows us to see the good in others and to believe in the possibility of making the world better for one another. And for 106 years, Iglesia Ni Cristo has demonstrated faith in action through its community service. So congratulations and mabuhay.
Binabati ko po ang lahat ng mga kapatid sa Iglesia Ni Cristo sa buong daigdig.
Sana po ay manatili tayong lahat sa maalab na paglilingkod at sa puspusang pagganap sa mga gawain ng Iglesia at lalong-lalo na po ang pagpapasakop sa kanyang pamamahala ang ating minamahal na kapatid na Eduardo V. Manalo.
Mahal naming ka Eduardo at sa buong Iglesia ni Cristo, isang mainit at taos-pusong pagbati sa anibersaryo ng kapatiran. Sa kabila ng pandemyang kinaharap ng buong daigdig, ay hindi maaring hindi alalahanin ang araw ng pagkakatatag ng Iglesia noong Hulyo 27, 1914. Ang nakaraang 106 na taon mula nang ito'y itatag, ang sugo ng huling araw na si Ka Felix Manalo ay saksi at patunay sa mga pagsubok at tagumpay nyo, lalo na sa napakahalagang papel na ginagampanan ng Iglesia ngayon sa pagpapalaganap ng mga salita ng Diyos tungo sa kaligtasan. Ang tagumpay ng Iglesia ni Cristo mula sa ating bansa hanggang sa ibayong dagat ay isang kahayagan na palaging nakapatnubay ang ating Panginoong Diyos. Sa pamumuno ni Ka Eduardo Manalo, ang tagapamahalang pangkalahatan, mas marami pang buhay ang mahahaplos at higit pang tagumpay ang matatamasa ng Iglesia. Ako mismo ay nag-uumapaw ang pasasalamat sa Ka Eduardo dahil sa kanyang pagmamahal at pagdamay, lalo na sa pinakamababang punto ng aking buhay. Kaya 10 ng aking pamilya ay buong puso ang aming pasasalamat sa Ka Eduardo. Muli kaming bumabati ng maligayang anibersaryo sa buong Iglesia ni Cristo. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Ang inyong lingkod, Ramon Bong Revilla Jr.
With great joy, I joined in the brethren of goodwill in congratulating the leaders and members of Iglesia ni Cristo, led by Executive Minister Ka Eduardo V. Manalo, as they celebrate 106 years in exemplary service to the worthy cause of the Lord. For more than a century, the Iglesia ni Cristo has proven itself to be a caring shepherd, not only in service of God, but also in promoting the welfare of believers in all parts of the world. For sowing the seeds of this Christian faith and brotherhood, we are eternally grateful to its founder, Ka Felix V. Manalo. Now, under the able leadership of Ka Eduardo Manalo, the Iglesia ni Cristo has been relentless in continuing its mission of spreading the gospel, regardless of race, and of bringing back compassion into our lives. As you mark another milestone in Christian servitude, I take this opportunity to pray for wisdom and knowledge to be bestowed to each and every member of Iglesia ni Cristo in the years to come. May our good Lord lead you in the next phase of service as you touch the lives near and far away where the Lord has purposed you to reach. I also pray that our good Lord be with you and bless you abundantly as a church. Stay blessed always.
You're watching Eagle News America. I'm Mayan Manzano Garzon in Sicklerville, New Jersey. Governor Murphy on Tuesday, July 28th, advised individuals traveling to New Jersey from additional states with significant community spread of COVID-19 to quarantine for a 14-day period from the time of last contact within the identified state. In addition to the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico, the updated advisory includes 3 additional states, Illinois, Kentucky, and Minnesota, bringing the total to 36 states and territories. The travel advisory applies to any person arriving from a state with a positive test rate higher than 10 per 100,000 residents, or a state with a 10% or higher positivity rate over a 7-day rolling average. As of Tuesday, July 28, there are currently 36 states and territories that meet the criteria stated above: Alaska, Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, California, Delaware, District of Columbia, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Iowa, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Minnesota, Missouri, Mississippi, Montana, North Carolina, North Dakota, Nebraska, New Mexico, Nevada, Ohio, Oklahoma, Puerto Rico, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, Washington, and Wisconsin. Take a look.
Next, yesterday, the list of states from which travelers to New Jersey or New Jerseyans returning from travel are being advised to observe a 14-day self-quarantine period was updated, with Illinois, Kentucky, Minnesota, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico being added. Again, the states on the list have, and Judy will correct me if I'm wrong here, over a 7-day rolling average, either more than 10 new cases of coronavirus per 100,000 residents, or a daily positivity greater than 10%. So visit, if you could, covid19.nj.gov/travel for the complete list of states and to learn whether you should be self-quarantining. If you are arriving from one of these states, use your smartphone to fill out the travel survey, which is available through the same page. We continue to ask everyone who's been in contact with one of these impacted states to practice self-responsibility and good citizenship by complying with our travel advisories. When you're coming to New Jersey, please go online and use the Department of Health's online travel survey. This goes equally, as I mentioned, whether you are a visitor to our state or a New Jersey resident returning from one of these states. And we encourage everyone, residents and visitors alike, to get tested and to know whether or not you may be carrying this coronavirus, especially if you are a younger person, more likely to be an asymptomatic carrier. Please, again, take a moment and go to covid19.nj.gov/testing to find a testing site nearest to you. Then go out and get tested. If we stay here for 1 second, I want to say, I mentioned the states that were added, Illinois, Kentucky, Minnesota, and then in addition to that, the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico. No states were taken off the list. So as an American matter, this is going in the wrong direction. We've got to do everything we can to build a wall, a virtual wall, around our state and our region.
First, and those residents who are returning from impacted states should self-quarantine at their home, hotel, or other temporary lodging. Individuals should leave the place of self-quarantine only to seek medical care or treatment or to obtain food and other essential items. It is expected that individuals will follow the public health advisory to self-quarantine. The list of states will be updated on a rolling basis. Tech executives testify before Congress, and President Donald Trump returns to promoting hydroxychloroquine. In Washington, D.C., Emeline Ramos reports.
Thank you, Mayan. Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google. For the past couple of decades, these companies have altered our way of life. What do they have in common? The CEOs of these major companies testified today before an antitrust House subcommittee in Congress. This is the first time that these four CEOs appeared together in one panel. How did they meet? Of course, through video conferencing. They testified remotely through Cisco's WebEx video conferencing technology. Here's Tim Cook, Apple CEO, for his opening statement.
I've been Apple CEO since 2011 and a proud employee of this uniquely American company since 1998. At Apple, we make ourselves a promise and our customers a promise. It's a promise that we'll only build things that make us proud.
From what we've seen, all four CEOs were grilled by both Republicans and Democrats in a variety of antitrust issues, rival acquisitions, and that their businesses may be harming the competition. Let's take a look.
Many of the practices used by these companies have harmful economic effects. They discourage entrepreneurship, destroy jobs, hike costs, and degrade quality. Simply put, they have too much power.
We'll keep you updated as this develops. Last week, if you remember, President Donald J. Trump appeared to have a new sober tone regarding the coronavirus. He mentioned the importance of the use of masks, and he himself was photographed wearing a mask. However, just recently, President Trump reverted to again spreading misleading medical information again. Proof of this is that Twitter took the rare step of removing clips tweeted by President Trump from a video in which a group of doctors were saying that masks were unnecessary, and they also promoted hydroxychloroquine as a cure for the COVID-19 virus. These clips have been deleted by Facebook. Twitter said yesterday that tweeting the video was in violation of their COVID-19 misinformation policy. At the center of this controversial video is a doctor named Stella Emanuel. The physician, who calls herself God's battle axe, claims in the video that, quote, the virus has a cure in hydroxychloroquine. The president abruptly ended the White House press briefing yesterday after reporters pressed on some of the past statements made by Stella Emanuel. President Trump commented on Stella Emanuel today, saying, quote, I was very impressed with her and other doctors that stood with her. I think she made sense, but I know nothing about her. She was making a statement about hydroxychloroquine with other doctors that swear by it. A majority of medical authorities have stated that hydroxychloroquine has no proven benefits for coronavirus patients and can be harmful. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration revoked authorization for its use in June. In Washington, D.C., I'm Malin Bondoc Ramos, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you, Leah.
Thank you, Annalyn. On the first part of your report, I'd just like to ask, what's the tone of the questions of the Congress to these 4 CEOs?
Yes, Mayan, for the most part, the tone was respectful, but there were moments of contention. The CEOs at times were defensive, but it appears they answered most of the questions. Well, whether or not the lawmakers were satisfied, that's another issue. Mayan.
Thank you, Emeline, and be safe.
Thank you.
The late Congressman Lou is honored at Georgia Capitol Building. Philip Toledo in Atlanta has the details.
2 quick updates before we get to the main report. Today, we've had scattered thunderstorms in Atlanta with a high of 83 degrees Fahrenheit or 28 Celsius. As of about 3 p.m. today, the status of the coronavirus pandemic in Georgia, according to the Department of Public Health, is as follows. There are 178,000 confirmed cases in the state, 3,642 deaths, and almost 18,000 hospitalizations. Now, the 7-day moving average of new cases seems to show an early sign of a downward trend, which is a good thing. However, the daily deaths reported to COVID-19 and the 7-day average of that is trending upwards. Now, today in Atlanta, Congressman John Lewis lay in state at the Georgia Capitol Building. Congressman Lewis, who recently passed away from cancer at the age of 80, was a civil rights icon. He helped lead the famous peaceful protest in Selma, Alabama in 1965 that led to a confrontation with state troopers on what became known as Bloody Sunday. He is known for dedicating his life to protecting human rights, securing civil liberties, and building what he called the beloved community in America. He was elected to Congress in 1986 and has represented Georgia's 5th congressional district since then until his death. He was also recently awarded the Medal of Freedom by President Barack Obama. Now, the honor to lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda was granted by an executive order of Governor Brian Kemp. In the executive order, he said, quote, this was to honor his dedication to his fellow man and woman and commend his efforts to positively change the world in profound and immeasurable ways. Over the past few weeks, several have praised and recalled the legacy of Congressman Lewis, and to have such an honor, such as laying in state, to be bestowed upon him shows the respect and admiration afforded to him from both sides of the political aisle. He was a Democrat, and Governor Kemp himself is a Republican. In a ceremony today, Kemp is quoted as saying, "In our country's most trying moments, Congressman Lewis taught us the lesson of joyful, steadfast commitment to ideals bigger than one man or one movement. In Atlanta, Georgia, Philip Toledo, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Philip, and take care. Coming up, more updates from our correspondents. We will return shortly. Stay with us. This is Eagle News, America.
I would like to greet Iglesia ni Cristo, all its members, and especially Executive Minister Eduardo Manalo, a happy 106th anniversary. Malagayang bati po sa inyo mula dito sa Philippine Embassy, Moscow. Sana po ay tuloy-tuloy ang pag-usad ng inyong simbahan, lalo na dito sa Russia. Maraming salamat po.
This is Gary Vasquez, a Filipino inventor, and I'm greeting the Iglesia ni Cristo on the 106th anniversary.
Magandang araw po mga kapatid sa Iglesia ni Cristo. Ako po si Consul Gerald Val Roque ng Philippine Embassy here in Bangkok, Thailand. Ako'y bumabati ng isang maligayang ika-106 na anibersaryo sa Iglesia ni Cristo. Alam niyo po, ang Iglesia ni Cristo dito sa Thailand ay maganda ang pakikipag-ugnayan sa embassy sa mga cases na ating mga OFWs na may kapansanan, no? At yun na rin mga na kailangan umuwi dahil sa karamdaman. Noong 29th ng June, nandun din nating Iglesia ni Cristo community sa Phuket, Thailand, para tumulong dun sa repatriation ng ating mga kababayan from Phuket, Thailand. Marami wala ng trabaho dahil sa bagsak na ho ang industriya ng turismo sa Phuket. Ano ho. So, naway ipagpatuloy ng Iglesia ni Cristo ang kaniyang magandang gawain sa mga OFWs, di lang po sa Thailand, kundi sa buong mundo. At ganoon na rin po sa mga kababayan natin. Alam natin na may mga outreach po ang ating Iglesia ni Cristo sa Pilipinas rin, dun sa mga naghihirap ngayong panahon ng pandemya. So, once again, thank you very much, INC, for this opportunity to greet you on this auspicious day.
It says the best defense is still containment.
We are in uncharted territory.
Final volume 450. The 5 on to 100%. Standing by. Construction eh.
Kia ora, this is Ginny Anderson. I'm the Labour List MP based in Hutt South, which is in the Wellington region of New Zealand. And I'm filming from my office here in the Beehive in Parliament. And it's pretty late at night right now. It's been a long day. But I wanted to take a moment to wish you, on behalf of the New Zealand Government, my warmest wishes for your 106th anniversary of your founding day for the Church of Christ. So I hope you and all of your members and everybody have a wonderful celebration on this very special day. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Kia ora.
Kia ora, and I'd just like to say a big 106th anniversary to Iglesia ni Cristo Church of Christ here in Lower Hutt and across the world. wishing you all the best here and looking forward to another 106 years of the work that you do. Kia ora.
Greetings. My name is Jim Deere, the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Carson, California. Happy 106th anniversary to Iglesia Ni Cristo. I want to particularly thank your Executive Minister, Eduardo V. Manalo, for leading the church worldwide. I am a true witness to the good work the church does in Carson and throughout Southern California. I am glad the church is growing. The contributions to our community are greatly appreciated. Congratulations at Mabuhay Pocayo, Jim Deere, Carson, California.
Hello there. Imagine Dami got the virus, and she infected 2 more. And those 2 infected a lot more of people. And it goes on and on until it became an epidemic. But what if Dami stayed at home? Then those 2 wouldn't have contracted the virus. Then those people would have not been infected. This is not just your battle, it's everyone's, and you can be a huge help. Follow social distancing, or better yet, stay at home.
Greetings and Sawasdee Krap. My name is Natapanu Nopokun. I'm the Deputy Director General of the Information Department and Deputy Spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Thailand. I'd like to greet and wish all the members of the Church of Christ a very happy 106th anniversary of the Church of Christ. May you continue to have many beneficial activities for your members, for your local communities that you are in, and for the world at large. So more power. Thank you very much. Salamat po.
Isang mapagpala at magandang araw po sa lahat ng mga kapatid sa Iglesia. Sa ngalan ng mga bumubuo ng Quezon City Police District, nagpapasalamat po ako ng marami sa ating Panginoong Diyos sa tulong at patnubay niya sa kabuuan ng Iglesia na ating minamahal. Ipinaabot ko po sampo ng aking pamilya ang aming taos-pusong pagbati sa ating tagapamahalang pagkalahatan, ang kapatid na Eduardo V. Manalo, at sa lahat ng mga kapatid ng happy 106th anniversary po. Habang ang bansa natin at maging ang maraming bahagi ng mundo ay nagdurusa mula sa pandaigdigang pandemya pangkalusugan na dulot ng COVID-19. Ang anibersaryo ng Iglesia ni Cristo ay tunay na pagkakataon upang kumapit tayo sa ating pananampalataya. Maligayang-maligaya po ang aking pakiramdam sapagkat kahit sa kabila po ng mga nangyayaring kahirapan, karahasan at maluhang karamdaman ay hindi pinababayaan ng Diyos ang kabuuan ng Kanyang bayan. Lalo po itong nagtatagumpay at lalong dumadami ang bilang ng mga kapatid. Kahit ngayon, sa panahon ng kahirapan, patuloy din ang Iglesia sa pagtulong sa mga nangangailangan. Ako po at ang aking sambahayan ay patuloy na makikiisa at magpapasakop sa pamamahala na inilagay ng Diyos sa Iglesia. At ipinangangako ko rin po na mamahalin ko ang karapatang tinanggap ko at ng aking sambahayan ng galing sa Diyos. Dawa, ang kapatiran ng Iglesia ni Cristo ay patuloy na lumago sa pananampalataya at sa pagpapalaganap ng mensahe na walang hanggang pag-ibig at awa ng Diyos. Dalangin po namin ang habang buhay na paglilingkod ng Iglesia ni Cristo at sa lahat ng mga kapatid. Ito po si kapatid na Police Brigadier General Ronnie Escutigo, District Director ng Quezon City Police District. Muling bumabati po na happy 106th anniversary po sa lahat ng mga kapatid sa Iglesia sa buong mundo. Maraming salamat.
kababayan, naharap na naman po tayo sa mabigat na pagsubok na ito. Ito yung COVID-19.
I hope everyone's okay. I hope everyone's safe.
Nandito po kami para hikayatin pa po kayo na maging matibay.
Mas maging matatag po tayo and just stay positive po sa lahat po ng nangyayari ngayon.
Mga mahal kong kababayan, lampasan po natin, pagtagumpayan po natin ang pagsubok na ito.
Stay strong sa panahon po na to.
Huwag tayong mawawalan ng pag-asa.
At inihikayat din po namin kayo na sana makinig po tayo sa ating gobyerno.
Sumunod muna tayo sa gobyerno dahil yun yung pinakamainam na paraan para hindi na lumagana pa yung virus.
Let's all stay at home.
Spend time with our loved ones, with our families.
At higit po sa lahat, make sure to pray for everyone, pray for everything that is going on right now, especially our frontliners po who are sacrificing their lives to take care of everything.
Higit sa lahat, patuloy tayong lumapit, magtiwala at manalangin sa ating Panginoong Diyos.
Lagi tayong manalangin dahil yung po ang may pinaka-mainam na solusyon sa lahat po ng mga problema natin.
God bless you and your family. Please stay strong and keep our faith.
Tuloy po ang laban.
Taus-pusong pagbati sa pagdiriwang ng ika-106 na anibersaryo ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Idalangin natin ang mabilis na paglipas ng ating pinagdaraan ng pandemya at isapuso natin ang tunay na pagtutulungan upang tayo'y makapamuhay sa isang maayos at ligtas na kapaligiran. Naway magpatuloy ang ating pagtutulungan sa pagtuklas ng mga bagong karunungan at kaalaman sa ngalan ng makabuluhang agham at teknolohiya para sa pamayanan. Mabuhay!
Isa rin ang inyong iglesia sa mga tumalima sa tagubilin na huwag munang magdaos ng mga malakihang gawaing pangrehiyon gaya ng regular na pagsamba. Naging ehemplo din kayo ng pagmamalasakit at pagtulong sa kapwa sa pamamahagi ninyo ng relief goods. Kinakatawan ko po ang pamahalaang panlalawigan ng Bataan sa pagpapaabot ng taus-pusong pasasalamat sa inyong iglesia.
Welcome back. You are watching Eagle News America. I am Mayan Manzano Garzon in Sicklerville. All nursing homes in Pennsylvania completed universal testing for COVID-19. Bureau Chief Myla Simbulan reports.
Thanks, Mayan. In order to protect Pennsylvania's vulnerable communities against COVID-19, last June 8, Department of Health Secretary Rachel Levine issued a universal testing order to all nursing homes to implement initial baseline testing no later than July 24. In addition, the department also issued updated testing guidance to all long-term care facilities. Levine announced today that 693 nursing homes in Pennsylvania have completed testing of all residents and staff for COVID-19. Take a look.
Today, I would like to talk to you about universal testing in nursing homes in Pennsylvania. I am so pleased to share that all skilled nursing facilities in Pennsylvania have complied with my order from June 8th to test all the residents and all the staff in those facilities. 100%. This was an essential step to ensure that we further protect residents and staff within these vulnerable communities. Our goal with implementing universal testing in nursing homes was to rapidly detect asymptomatic positive residents and staff to prevent further spread. By completing universal testing, facilities are one step closer to achieving all of the goals set out to allow safe visitation, communal dining, and activities. I cannot underscore how large of an undertaking this was for the facilities and for the Commonwealth and the Department of Health.
The goal of universal testing is for each nursing home to test all staff and residents for COVID-19 at least once to better understand the scope of how COVID-19 has impacted these vulnerable communities across the state. Implementation of universal testing in nursing home is to rapidly detect asymptomatic positive residents and staff, manage the care or appropriately exclude staff from work, and prevent further transmission of COVID-19 in these facilities. To further protect vulnerable Pennsylvanians, Dr. Rachel Levine also discussed different ways to mitigate the spread of the virus, especially in the nursing homes. Take a look.
Therefore, we continue to take all necessary actions to further protect our most vulnerable Pennsylvanians, many of whom reside in long-term care facilities. These efforts include the work being done by our department, the Department of Health, and the Department of Human Services, and our contractors, ECRI and General Health Care Resources, to assist facilities with outbreaks. In addition, this includes the new Regional Response Health Collaboration Program, or RICP program, just established by the legislature and signed by the governor. That program is up and running. Department of Human Services is lead with close collaboration with the Department of Health and PEMA. These healthcare systems will assist the long-term care facilities in their regions to address COVID-19. We will continue to provide PPE to facilities in need, which to date has involved more than 2,300 pushes of personal protective equipment, including 306,944 gowns, 336,559 face shields, 1,023,800 pairs of gloves, 2,807,570 N95 masks, and 1,175,000 surgical masks.
Personal care homes, assisted living residences, and immediate care facilities licensed by the Department of Human Services are ordered by Secretary of Health Dr. Levine to complete universal testing for COVID-19 at least once by August 31. In Swarthmore, Pennsylvania, Myla Simbulan, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you, Mayan.
Myla, after completing universal testing, what's next for nursing homes there in Pennsylvania?
So the first step is to do universal testing. If a nursing home have tested all staff and members, there's a what they call reopening phase for all the nursing home facilities. And the next step will be they will count 14 days and make sure that none will be infected within those 14 days, and the next phase will come. The goal is for the nursing homes to be on the new normal. That's what they call it. And what will happen is they will put back slowly, like visiting from loved ones or communal dining, where they eat together in one location, but of course with social distancing and wearing masks. So that's part of the reopening phase that they put together as only for nursing home facilities and long-term care facilities. Mayan?
Thank you, Myla, and take care.
You too. Thank you.
Corpus Christi recovers from Hurricane Hannah. And Corpus Christi Bureau Chief Jane Kathleen Gregorio reports.
We're here today in Corpus Christi, where repairs are underway after this past weekend's impact from Hurricane Hannah. On Saturday, Tropical Storm Hannah, which transformed into a Category 1 hurricane, according to the National Weather Service, made landfall 60 miles south of Corpus Christi on Saturday afternoon, bringing in 5 feet of storm surge that flooded streets in downtown Corpus Christi, North Beach, smashed boats in the marinas, and caused damage and flooding to buildings such as the Art Museum of South Texas, the Texas State Aquarium, and most extensively, Bob Hall Pier, whose T-head and cement walkway were swept out to the ocean and picnic areas destroyed. On Sunday evening, thousands were left without power. Texas Governor Greg Abbott conducted a tour of damages in Nueces County. He was joined afterwards by the Texas Division of Emergency Management Chief Nim Kidd and Region 6 FEMA Administrator Tony Robinson, Nueces County Judge Barbara Canales, and other elected officials in a press conference held at the Texas A&M University in Corpus Christi to discuss state and federal support. The governor also announced that the U.S. Army Reserve Urban Augmentation Medical Task Force will be deployed to Corpus Christi and Victoria to combat COVID-19. The 85-member team includes medical and support staff who will work with COVID-19 patients at Christus Spohn Hospital, Corpus Christi Shoreline, and DTAR Hospital Navarro in Victoria. On Saturday, the governor announced that no one in Kleberg or Nueces counties were in evacuation shelters, which is a plus for reducing the spread of COVID-19. On Saturday, the governor issued a disaster declaration for 32 counties, including Nueces County. He also requested a disaster declaration from the federal government, which was approved by FEMA on Monday, July 27. Governor Abbott stated that the state of Texas is committed to providing our communities with the resources they need to recover from Hurricane Hanna. The ongoing collaboration between state, local, and federal government is crucial, especially given the additional challenges of COVID-19, and I thank all of our partners for their assistance as we navigate the recovery efforts following the storm. Together, we will rebuild and ensure a more resilient future for communities throughout the coastal bend. With regards to Bob Hall Pier, Nueces County Judge Barbara Canales stated, there is need for extensive cleanup and restoration. Complete parking lot reconstruction will be required. Power lines, rails, and light poles were damaged from the storm, and a full engineering analysis is in the works to assess the underlying infrastructure. On Wednesday and Thursday, July 29th through 30th, specially equipped drones will be doing flyover assessments over the area, and divers will conduct an underwater assessment of the pier next week. Judge Canales stated, together, we are going to weather this storm as well. I know we can build more resiliently than ever before. Reporting from Corpus Christi, Texas, I'm Jane Kathleen Gregorio, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Thank you, Kathleen. I'm glad you're okay. Stay safe and dry. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine to consider more restrictions for restaurants. In Parisburg, Eagle News correspondent Rani Bayuga reports.
Thank you, Mayanne. Governor Mike DeWine applauded Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginter's order to close bars at 10 p.m. He also added that it would be the right decision for other counties in the red to follow the city of Columbus's example. The governor's office will continue to investigate the issue by looking into tracing data to see how many new COVID cases can be traced back to bars, and before making new decisions about new restrictions. Ohio's COVID-19 confirmed new cases have increased at 86,497. And the deaths are tapering off at 3,382. And new hospitalizations at 10,425. And ICU admissions seemingly tapering at 2,488. The number of counties in the red, which is public emergency status 3, has increased to 23. Public emergency status 3 counties that are experiencing high exposure and spread rate of COVID-19. The increase in numbers can be attributed also to the increase in testing, as more free COVID testing centers are open throughout Ohio. Most of the concern right now are for Southwest Ohio in cities such as Cincinnati and Columbus. The Ohio Travel Advisory has also been updated. 3 states have been removed from the list. Texas, Georgia, and Nevada have been cleared, and Kansas has been added. Anyone entering Ohio from the following states are asked to self-quarantine for 14 days. Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, Arizona, Kansas, and Idaho. These are states whose positivity rate is 15% or higher. From Perrysburg, Ohio, Ronnie Bayuga, Eagle News, we live in interesting times.
Thank you, Ronnie. Have you frequented restaurants lately?
Yes, we have. And most of the time, we are just ordering back out because it's really difficult right now to have to actually eat with the mask on, since everywhere we go, the mask is now required.
I guess that's for the best, Ronnie. Thank you and continue to be safe. Los Angeles launches its first virtual cheer camp. In North Hills, Marian Borja reports.
Thank you, Mayan. The Los Angeles County Department of Parks and Recreation, or LA County Parks for short, partners with the Los Angeles Rams cheerleaders this week to conduct the very first virtual cheer camp, free of charge to youths ages 4 to 18 years old. LA County Parks Director Norma Garcia stated, "We have empowered our boys and girls for 25 years with our cheer program. LA County Parks will keep the cheer spirit going during the COVID-19 pandemic through an interactive experience with the Los Angeles Rams cheerleaders. To ensure that our cheer participants across LA County have the celebration they deserve with our first ever virtual cheer camp." LA County Parks is celebrating its 25th year anniversary, as the department has been holding the cheer program for 25 years now, with approximately 500 to 800 children and teens participating every year. The participants learn techniques at their different levels, including cheer, dance, stunts from cheer instructors, and also participate in local parades, cheer clinics, and cheer competitions to master their skills and culminates in the Cheer Off event. But in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic, the program continues to be held, but on a different type of platform. Instead of meeting in person, the experience is virtual through an interactive live stream video, so the more than 1,100 children who registered can just log in remotely from home through their computers or mobile devices. The virtual cheer camp will be conducted this entire week and began just this past Monday with a live streaming event to kick off the program, wherein both the LA County Park staff and the LA Rams cheerleaders taught various dance routines and cheers for the youth to learn, follow, and master. Monday's live stream kickoff was a sold-out event as registration was needed for this first day. The camp will then continue each day until Friday with pre-recorded instructional videos posted on the LA County Parks from Home Virtual Recreation Center. Children and teens can then learn from the comforts of their home the basics of cheer, from jumps, angles, icebreakers, and fun dances, all at their own pace, while advanced participants can remotely practice new cheers, learn new routines, and enhance their cheerleading skills. Rams cheerleading director Healy Fimbres said, "Community engagement lies at the core of the Rams organization, and the virtual cheer camp is a unique way to encourage our youth to stay healthy and active as we continue to navigate these challenging times. It is a great program to make the children physically active, especially with all the stay-at-home as much as possible orders, while encouraging confidence building, working together as a team, and nurturing positive self-esteem." In Los Angeles County, the number of newly reported cases is 4,825 and 91 new deaths. The total number of confirmed cases in the county is 183,300 383 and 4,516 deaths, as announced today by the Los Angeles Public Health Department. Meanwhile, the state of California has a total of 475,806 confirmed COVID-19 cases and 8,748, as reported by the Johns Hopkins University and Medicine Coronavirus Resource Center. In Northwest California, Marianne Borja, Eagle News, we live in interesting times. Back to you.
Thank you, Marianne. Virtual cheer camp sounds very interesting. Now, we know that there are a lot of benefits to online learning, but do you personally, or do you have any personal experience or any drawbacks from online learning?
Well, man, one of the obvious concerns about a virtual or online activity is the possibility of equipment or network failure. And on the first day of the virtual cheer camp, organizers did run into technical difficulties, forcing them to send participants a new link. But barring these kinds of hiccups, the online environment can still be a worthwhile experience.
Thank you, Marianne. We are inviting you to join us in welcoming our new program, EBC Music, every Sunday on Net 25 and to our YouTube channel. Before we let you go, we continue to thank our frontline and essential workers with a round of applause. Thank you, and we appreciate you. That is today's Eagle News America. Thank you for joining us and hope that you'll tune in again next time. I am Mayan Manzano Garzon. We live in interesting times.